Hello, everyone. We are commentating this Renaissance mix match between SSounder and crabcat2. I am joined today by KZ.
Hey, okay, so we have a pretty powerful board here. Cathedral and Star Chart are both amazing projects. In particular, Cathedral is the kind of project you almost always open. And this board does not look like a particular exception, especially with Lucky Coin. You're going to have no problem with feeding Cathedral. So I
Yeah.
expect both players are going to open Cathedral on turn one. Oh, never mind. S Sounder has the 2-5. That's
Oh,
really
yeah.
unfortunate. Not getting to buy turn one Cathedral is huge because the great thing about turn one Cathedral is you trash an estate turn two, and then you have a 10 card deck uh, for turn
Yeah.
three.
Well, there is Baker, so SSounder could use a coffer.
Oh,
Then,
very good. I did not see Baker on the board. Yeah, I think I'm spending a coffer here on
yeah, I
Cathedral.
agree.
I think it's
Yeah.
Cathedral Spices on 2-5.
Yeah, Cathedral Spices for SSounder, and then I guess on four, probably you go, I want to say just silver, or I guess you
I
already
think
have
I like,
silver.
yeah, you're going to get silver from Lucky Coin. I think I like Overlord. Um, on 3-4 at least. I'm not sure about 4-3.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, possibly Overlord. You would be taking five dead. It's either, I feel like then the alternative could be Border Guard, but I don't really like that in the opening.
Yeah, I want to hit some better numbers. So Overlord isn't like amazing here, but it can be Fool. Okay, cool. They do go with Cathedral. It can be Fool, it can be Scrap, it can be Wine Merchant, and it can be Baker. Those are like most of the cases that you'd want to play it as. Like if you're playing it as Border Guard, that's pretty sad. And spices is like probably the key card here. Like they're both gonna slam the spices pile pretty hard. Um,
Yeah, I agree. Non-terminal plus buy does seem essential here.
yeah, and in a moneyish kingdom like this, those coffers are just gonna go so far.
Yeah, so yeah, I'd say an Overlord opening does seem reasonable, and that way you could also get like potentially offers from Baker.
Mhm. I also don't think, even though Lost in the Woods isn't particularly good here with Cathedral, because you don't really want to discard down to 3 at the start of your turn, especially because there's no draw. Just getting the burst of boons from Fool is pretty valuable. So Overlord being able to play as Fool is like really nice here. So as they both pick up Overlords on turn two.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. Maybe as SSounder, I would have considered spices, but I think in the opening, it's always nice to get an Overlord into your shuffle.
Yeah, I mean that's what's so crazy about Overlord is that like in general, 5 cost cards are really strong, and you'd like to open with one of them. And Overlord lets you essentially open with a 5 cost, even if you didn't hit 5.
Yeah, it's just so good that way. So here for Crabcat, probably a spices, or maybe you go with.
Could be Spice's Border Guard. It could be second Overlord.
Yeah, I think really either of those options would be
Oh,
fine.
Star Chart. Star Chart
Star Chart
Overlord.
Overlord seems fine. I guess it does seem good to get your overlords into the top of the shuffle.
Hmm.
I'd be pretty sad if I bottom decked an overlord on this board.
Yeah, definitely. Star Chart's like another very powerful project. There's some like extremely strong money strategies with Star Chart that can take a lot of provinces without dudding, like Jack of all trades in Star Chart or Masquerade in Star Chart. But outside of that, it's just very strong for giving you consistency, especially in the early turns where you're shuffling a lot. Um, it lets you make sure you have the important cards and they don't bottom deck.
Yeah, because it looks like SSounder also takes an overlord, not overlord. But I guess they
Star
also
chart.
go Star Chart and Overlord.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so we're gonna see Overlord as wine merchant a lot this game.
yeah, that's yeah, Overlord as wine merchant a bit powerful. I have to.
It's great. I mean, it's a terminal that's better than gold and has plus buy on it.
Yeah, like with Overlord Wine Merchant, I'm not actually sure how much you need spices, given that you can, if you want the coffers, you can always Overlord Baker.
Mm. Yeah, that is true. My instinct is that spices is very important on this board because of how moneyish it is. But you might be right. Like you can certainly generate enough econ through wine merchant stuff. I mean, and you're getting plenty thin with cathedral. You have Baker there if you want to generate some coffers. I don't know. Maybe you do skip spices. That seems crazy to me, but I can't think of a reason why like you can't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah, the spices is not generally something I like skipping, but on this board, I just don't see a reason you need it, and Overlord gives you an amount of flexibility that spices does not.
Yeah, so we are almost certainly going to see Overlord's pile here.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Like, it's not. Overlord is a pretty powerful card, and especially given what the fivers are. So, the Overlords are out. That might be the first time I've seen the Overlord pile go so quickly.
Yeah, I've certainly seen it pile before, but this is, I mean, by the end of turn 7, Overlords are gone. That's quite quick. I mean, it's got Cathedral and Lucky Coins, so they're able to afford more stuff quicker than they otherwise would be able to. But still, the end of turn 7, there's no more Overlords.
Yeah, so here, I, I guess, yeah, so Crabcat takes two guides. I mean, the
I
guides
think
are
I would
helpful.
prefer spices.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, either spices or baker there. Possibly spices. I mean, yeah, I guess just one wine merchant doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah, you don't need real wine merchants, you have Overlords.
Ah, wine merchant's just one of those weird cards that's better when it's played with Overlord.
I mean, same thing about Fool.
Yeah, that is also true. Although with Fool, it's like, it's not like, well, I guess it's just the card is like the same, but like it kind of, or like wine merchant encourages getting multiple wine merchants in
Yep.
same way, in the way that Fool does not.
Encourage multiple fools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's interesting. Like Wine Merchant just gets objectively stronger when it's played by a command card because it doesn't go to the mat, so you don't have to worry about that. You just get all the money no matter how many of them you played. But Fool, like it doesn't get inherent. Although I'm gonna be edgy, but Fool does get better with Captain because Captain plays Fool at the start of a turn, and then you have Lost in the Woods for that turn.
Yeah, that is definitely a true statement, but it is edge case.
It's really stupid,
Yeah.
but it's come up for me before.
Yeah, that is actually, yeah, I I don't think I've ever seen that, but the Captain Fool combo does seem like a great one.
Yeah, I mean, you have all these captains. If you don't have Lost in the Woods, then you get 3 boons, and then you get Lost in the Woods. It's a really good deal. All right, so we're
Yeah.
just seeing uh, this Overlord deck just plowing ahead. Is SSounder also going to province, or are they going to try to build a little more?
Um, I guess it would be fine to province.
The
Um,
kingdom is pretty money-ish. They've emptied out overlords. Like they should be pretty consistent. There's
yeah.
no draw here to find.
Yeah, I mean, it's I guess if I could see taking a couple slices and before you start provincing, but a
Yeah.
province.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So go for
Spices and 3 border cards.
yeah, I
Ah,
think I would have preferred double spices there.
I'm with you there. I think double spices looks a lot better than 3 border cards. But I mean, there are 3 of them, so that's something to consider. All right, I'm guessing crabcat's gonna keep provincing. Generally, once you start provincing, you don't want to stop midstream. Yep.
Yeah, and like Crabcat doesn't even have a reason to not like their deck is in pretty good condition.
Yeah. Province border card. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems good to
So what's the overlord split here? Does crabcat have 6 to sounders 4?
yeah, that's what I think. Deck wheel.
It'll be easy to see in a second when the star chart thing pops up.
Oh yeah, no reason to time a log. That is a good point.
Okay, let's see. One, two, three, four.
Or
Oh,
okay.
so crabcat has 4. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting. So
that's
SSounder has
the
the won the border guards. I
well
mean, won
no,
the
Crabcat
overlords.
has 4 cards in their deck.
Oh, right. Okay. I hate that little thing about star chart. I wish it just showed you what those cards were. It makes deck tracking so annoying. You just sit there on that screen and be like, okay, it's not that card.
Yeah, or like if you got to draw those 4 cards first.
Yeah, that would work well too.
I mean, well, we know that one of them, well, I guess the 5 cards that they drew was presumably an Overlord, and then those 4 cards. So
Yeah.
we know
So
that
I'm
it's
guessing they
five
have
five.
5 overlords, and here SSounder plays 5 overlords.
Yeah. Then that was a lucky. Well, I guess yeah, they didn't put
Okay.
out any border cards. That
So
was a,
crabcat should win here, probably.
yeah, I think Crabcat's deck is capable of double. I guess they kind of have to risk getting in
Do you
border
like
card.
play a baker and then a YOLO fool or something like that?
Yeah, it's either Baker or yeah, draw the. Yeah, I guess you just play Baker. I'm not sure if you play it safe or risky here.
I'm
Um,
playing fool here 100% just for you, like it's something. I'm not getting a ton out of. I mean, okay, you could be reasonable and play wine merchant and just buy 2 duchies, but fool has a little more pizzazz to it.
yeah, I
Maybe I'm
mean,
just a sucker for
Fool.
command fool.
Yeah, Fool just doesn't that much here.
Yeah, it's not actually good. Wine merchant's better, but this is a tricky spot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for the double duchy. So
So I would have trashed a silver before I called guide. That way, um, you
yeah.
have a hand that has, more cards in it. That just seems like a little misplay.
Okay, so yeah, so as Sounder, I guess I don't think this is a hard decision here unless it's Horn versus Lantern.
I mean, hmm,
Yeah, I don't see a reason why you would take Border Guard over Overlord.
I don't either.
Yeah, so I guess yeah, I think the Horn is yeah, I don't think their deck would double.
I mean, doubling is really hard here if you don't have coffers built up because there's no draw.
Yeah, so they're just gonna be dodgy jam.
Yeah, so cathedral decks do not do well in extended greening games. In particular, they tend to have to mill provinces at the end of a game in order to finish. So something like a long duchy dance is going to get really weird. So expect
Yeah,
to see them having to start trashing silvers, provinces, overlords in order to try to hit numbers which are reasonable.
yeah,
Um, the good news is with Lucky Coin, they actually still have enough food that they're not at risk of needing to mill. But you get into these decisions where your best chance of hitting eight is to mill a province.
yeah. Um, that is definitely a thing with cathedral decks. So those two overlords missed the shuffle. I guess you kind of just have to go for it. As crabcat, I mean, they like the game's gonna end sooner or later. So
Yeah, I kind of just want to build up coffers until I can double. I don't really want more duchies. Like, I don't think you buy an estate there. I'd rather just take another border guard. Like, this game's going to whoever doubles first.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it makes does it make sense to risk it as either player? If they have enough coffers built up, they're just not gonna dud.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Taking single here is very losing. You can take more duchies, but I'm more inclined to take like spices at this point. Just
Yeah.
make my coffers go up, try to double as soon as possible. So here, I think I play both these as wine merchant and then buy two spices.
Um. So we'll see what they do here. So I guess you play this overlord. I want to say just do wine merchant and offers.
Oh, you only have interesting. Um, in that case, you don't want to spend coffers to make coffers. That doesn't help. So maybe you play the second one as baker and you just buy one spices.
Yeah, I mean, even with the spices, like it is still net one coffers.
I think I do bakers both.
Okay. Border. Oh wait, you got.
They played Overlord as baker and drew a border guard.
Okay, yeah. For a sec, I.
Okay, they've got both artifacts now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, let's see what happens. Like, I feel like at some point this game could still end on a pot layout with the border guards so low.
Hmm. It could end up border guards and duchies. It's possible. I'd be surprised if one of them can't double before that, though.
Yeah, probably won't happen, but like at some point the duchies, they're just gonna run out.
Hmm.
You just play these two as wine merchants double?
Um, that's 2 money short of doubling.
I meant
You
double
could
Dutchy.
Oh, you could.
I guess that's what
I
you do.
guess that's what
Although,
they
yeah, I guess now that I think at how close they were, it might have made more sense to risk it than do
Mhm.
Baker.
I mean, if your
Um,
opponent Yeah, if your opponent doubled, that would only put them at 31 VP, whereas you were at 24, taking on 12 from the provinces. That was, I don't know. I wouldn't have spent those coffers. Don't like
yeah.
that. Also, we saw correctly trashing a card and then calling guide.
Yeah, crabcat is saying in the chat that they're on the edge of their, which makes
Oh, yeah.
sense.
When someone's playing cards and slowly building up to hit a total and they come out to 14 or 15 or something, it's like, I feel like you just like dropped off a roller coaster. Anyway, like we thought, someone doubled and they won.
Yep.
All right, so game one goes to Crabcat.
Yeah.
They did not clear out the board.
Oh yeah. Um. Oh, but now they
Yeah, that's what happens if you just paste it in there without clearing first.
Yeah, I've
I will
made
be
that
right
mistake.
back. I'm gonna grab some water.
Go ahead. Now this looks like they made this. Oh, so what do they have here? They have some nice draw with lab. I suspect that what will happen. Lots of good cards. Also got some stuff going with Haddock and Treasury. That's nice. Um, well, it isn't the best draw. I suspect that I'll be putting a ranger, maybe two, in their deck for the buys. Unless I'm,
Yeah, Ranger looks pretty important for buy. I'd much rather play with Ranger than Capital.
yeah,
Big
like
thing here is we have Lab and Archive as non-terminal draw. And then Paddock eventually is non-terminal draw when villages pile.
yeah, like I don't love ranger as draw, but it's just a better buys than capital, and I think once you're getting one, probably makes sense to get two and just make them draw out of it.
Agreed. You want to keep that token flipped over. Um, so it definitely makes sense. And there are villages, so it's not a problem to take on terminal draw. So yeah, I think the open's just cargo ship silver. Looks like they both opened double cargo actually. No, cargo silver versus cargo cargo.
Yeah,
And SSounder bottom decks. Wow.
yeah, that's
So Crabcat, if you are listening, it is called that. I mean, obviously you're listening in the future. You're not listening while you play because that would be cheating. But it is called that from a term in baseball where a golden sombrero is striking out 3 times.
oh, learn something every day, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know nothing about baseball.
I only know because my brother played. I'm
Oh,
also not a sports.
nice. Yeah, I'm so I guess as crabcat, just get a lab, or do you try and take mountain village? I think I'm liking the lab here.
Um, I think I'd rather take an archive than a lab.
Yeah, I guess that is.
Oh, right. Sorry. Four strikeouts, the golden sombrero. Threes is just a regular sombrero.
Oh yeah.
I
Seems
don't
like
remember.
Crabcat doesn't understand baseball either.
Yeah, I like the archive over the lab because they have junk in their decks and they can't draw yet. I think archive does a little bit more in terms of holding some cards out of their deck, giving them the important like card at the start of the turn, and just giving them a little more control over their draw than lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
I think I want like two or three archives, then I want to start balling for like villages and rangers, and then add some labs, and then eventually paddocks.
yeah, so Crabcat, I guess probably just they take a ball. I guess are they going like your mountain village or
I
two?
think it's just double. Okay, yeah, it is village ranger. I would have done double village just because they're a bit over terminaled right now with the cargo ships.
Yeah, I agree. It's probably a bit too early for range. I want to get some treasuries in my deck. Have the payload to make you the buy really.
I don't think I'm playing a treasury here.
Yeah, I guess that is fair. I guess they're just that much. So I think for Crabcat, this is probably another village. So they do range. I think that'll be all of the villages. Crabcat, not villages. Range. They will definitely.
Yeah.
So S also takes a range village pair. So I expect that to be the last of that gets for two extra buys. Like enough.
hmm Yeah, I think two
Um,
rangers is fine.
yeah, and if they can get to two rangers each turn, then that would be nice. Ideally, they would always end with down. So here, I like another archive village here for us.
Yeah, I think another archive could be good.
I mean, I guess the village. Maybe I'm just like, they don't need the extra village, but I think, yeah, at the village, I think it does make sense. So I go for another ranger. I do not like that. I think you really only need two rangers and then let archive deal with the rest of.
I definitely want labs or paddocks, though. I
Yeah,
don't
you
think I
could.
want to be drawing only with ranger.
Yeah, you could go for more labs or paddocks. Now I guess you might have. You probably have the term for the paddock. Of course, paddock is a bit stranger, but it does come with the. Crabcat is drawing deck here. I guess at this point, Crabcat might have enough payload for a paddock village. I guess you go double for like village enough for paddocks.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm a little surprised no one's taken a paddock yet. I mean, the nice thing about paddock is its draw and its economy. Because we can see right now, like Crabcat is drawing their deck, but they don't really have much in the way of economy. Guess we're
Yes.
balling.
Yeah, so taking.
Village Ranger, maybe?
Yeah,
Village
I mean,
Village? Village
yeah,
Cargo Ship?
village
Okay.
cargo ship. Yeah, I like the cargo ship over a village cargo ship. But that all seems. I would like a paddock just for, but um, Crabcat's going to get real shuffle. Oh wait, never mind. They have a mountain village set.
Yeah.
That is certain. Well, for SSounder, is this just gonna? I mean, I guess for SSounder, I do like Orf Ranger. Possibly for village and then. But also, I don't really like another card. Yes, hunting. I want to say that Crabcat has four villages. I could be wrong.
Hmm.
And oh yeah, I think at this point, yeah, set aside the Ranger of Cargo Ship. I would have preferred to set aside a mountain. Um,
They have a. Hmm. Oh, yeah. I thought they had two cargo ships in play, but that was an archive.
yeah. And then they buy another cargo ship. Sure, this I could have miscounted the villages, but I don't think SSounder has the terminal support for that
hmm.
cargo ship. Um, oh wait, they have scheme. Never mind, I forgot about that. So, then setting aside the ranger, this crabcat here, probably just
Paddock.
yeah, pat. I
Could
guess
be ball paddock.
yeah,
Empty the
ball.
villages and make paddock non terminal.
Yeah, I'd say ball those last two villages, get the
Yep.
non-turn.
Looks like
Yep.
they have the same idea.
Yeah, so looks like, well, hopefully they take the last mountain village. Yeah, I do like that. Of course, then SSounder will likely take advantage of some paddocks. I think it'll end up that bad. A crabcat's deck will probably benefit from the non-term paddock.
Okay, so they're coming in with the double cargo ship again. So setting aside 2 cards is a really good way to kick off your next turn.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to set aside. I mean, get here. I want to set aside.
Maybe Paddock and Archive.
Yeah, paddock archive, possibly in double paddock.
Could be double Paddock. Could be Paddock Lab.
Oh, not huge on the lab here.
I mean, we're
This,
drawing our deck right now, so
yeah,
maybe we don't need it. Yeah, maybe it is
yeah,
double Paddock.
yeah. I'd say it's either double paddock or paddock arc. I'd say probably paddock. So certainly one paddock.
Second one seems good to me. They're non-terminal, their money, and their draw.
Yeah, so it looks like it is double paddocks. I like that.
Yeah, so this board's coming to a crashing end. Like, I think in another couple turns, it should be over. Or they go into a greening phase, but it's
Yeah,
very possible this just ends. I mean, there's 4 cargo ships and 4 rangers left. There's ball. They're gonna probably keep draining paddocks a bit.
yeah, yeah. Because with paddock draw, you end up with load, and a pile is empty.
Yep. Paddock and livery are crazy. I mean, they're draw, but they're also economy. Who thought that was a reasonable decision?
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah,
love it. It's stupid. It's great.
yeah. Like paddock and those cards are just, especially paddocks, and eventually get it. You can use that draw. Eventually comes like non-term.
Yeah, Paddock having a non-terminal mode or even a village mode is really interesting, especially with how fast games are today and how many ways there are to drain a pile quickly.
So yeah, I'm guessing the date here is whether or not to archive. I'd say you probably don't just play the mountain village.
Yeah, let's see. There's an estate down there. Um,
I guess there, I guess it's an copper and something. So yeah, maybe it does make sense. I guess if it's an eight and copper are both,
yeah, if you can keep him out of the shuffle for 2 turns, that's pretty good.
yeah, yeah, keeping, yeah. So then you probably do just play the archive. I don't know what that last card is, but it matters.
They're really going into a think here.
So yeah, I'm sure crabcat something. Yeah, so it was copper to
Silver.
stay silver. Yeah, so that's great. Silver, that's good. So crabcat is in a position where they have lots of. I'd say here probably want double paddock cargo ship.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that double
Okay, I
paddocks.
like scheme too because piles are starting to get a little low. There's no like you're not worried about a pile out immediately, but you don't necessarily want cargo ships to be any lower than they are right now.
That is
And the scheme adds a lot of reliability.
definite. Yeah, and I think I just realized like Paddock Mountain Village is definitely an interesting interaction.
Yeah, dump those horses into your discard and then pick them right up. I think Mount
I'm
Village is like actually very strong as a village because it has so many gain and play potentials.
yeah, for sure. So I guess here I do like triggering shuffle as SSounder, get those. Although maybe not, yeah, probably not worth the horse though.
I mean, how many horses are in the discard?
There there are three. Yeah, it would only get you two horses on top. Yeah, not worth it.
Okay, they are going to top deck the two horses.
Yeah, so the I mean they have enough paddocks that I think it's probably worth it for that reliability next turn.
Yeah, I don't know how much more you want to lower. I could see taking Paddock Province here.
Oh, Irish because it worse.
I think it is worth it though.
Yeah, I
You're
agree
top
that it
decking two
is worth
horses.
it, but that is the reason why it would potentially.
Yeah.
Yes, Sounder has. So I guess I don't know how much you want to lower paddock. Um, I mean, I could reasonably see a province here. I
I
also
kind
just
of I kind of like provincing. You added a paddock, so you should be able to double next turn. I don't know. Maybe you do just keep building. I mean, how crazy can you get? How many more paddocks can you take? Also, do you want a capital at some point soon if the game's going to end?
Yeah, that you could definitely.
You got to know the game is like about to end, though. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Capital gives you a lot of pile up pressure.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, little. So yeah, I could see. Yeah, possibly a capital. Or, yeah. So
Paddock, library. I mean, library, laboratory. Oh, base
yeah, I
cards.
got confused for a second.
Mhm.
But yeah, laboratory. It's fine. I mean, it's not quite as good as Paddock, but like, what can I say? Uh,
You don't want to lower paddocks. You want the draw that's not conditional
yeah,
on finding horses.
that's true. And I guess SSounder now that one paddock that they, or was it whatever the paddocks that they got were in, oh, it was two paddocks, so those two paddocks were enough to be able to double.
So if you hit $20 and 4 buys here, you can pile out. But you
Yeah,
need an estate on top of that. So we're looking at getting to like 22 money to pile out right now.
yeah, I guess if
Um,
that's the case, then I could have seen this another paddock from SSounder, given that they now have eight in their deck. Also, where did the 20 um
oh, 20 is for 4 balls.
oh,
From the
balls,
cargo ships
okay.
and rangers. Because
Oh
that's
yeah,
still
they
cheap.
could do that. Yeah,
That's
that's a
that's
fast, that's a more, I
it's
was
cheaper
thinking,
than buying out the paddocks.
yeah, that's what I was looking. Yeah, so then I wouldn't actually be concerned about paddock pile,
Yeah, I mean,
although
you could
it
take like triple capital right here and just threaten to absolutely sweep through the board if you get another turn.
yeah.
Or like capital. Okay, there's one capital at least.
Yeah, so
Capital
take the
province
province. Yeah, I like that.
and a
I don't.
scheme.
Yeah, that is. It is good to get that pile out protection. I mean, a sounder doesn't have uh enough economy to pile yet. Only with only 18 money. Although I would have liked another paddock from them after, or you know what? Yeah, a cap or even a capital from SSounder last turn would have been better overlap because that would actually have given them enough, although not with the.
This is a big problem turn wise here. Um,
Uh,
they're going to have to draw either draw with Ranger dead or not play the second Ranger.
yeah, I mean, draw the ranger dead. You're gonna add on your next turn. Oh,
Yeah, I think you leave your journey token flipped and you just
yeah,
play one Ranger here.
yeah, and that also allows you. Oh yeah, they did mess up there. Oh yeah, that could have I played.
Oh shoot, yeah. They could have played Paddock first and then grabbed the horse. That's big.
like yeah, I think here you just play the cargo ship, and then I guess just province capital, and then you cargo ship plays that capital.
Hmm.
Or maybe you go with province and duchy to make it harder for crabcat. I could see that happen as well. Yeah, I mean the province. Yeah, I am kind of towards province duchy. That I worry that with capital, there's just too much. Yeah, that's just
I think
making it
if
too big.
crabcat draws well enough to win here, they were gonna win even against duchy. I'd rather give myself an out with capital.
Ah, that is
Yeah, what
fair.
Iris said.
I think Bobcat will draw well enough. I'm ah,
Play paddock before village. Nice.
yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, they
Yeah,
only have 4 buys.
yeah. So then, yeah, not quite enough. Yeah, so
I
this would
mean,
just be a tie.
they could take the tie. Yeah. Oh wow, that's bizarre. How do they only have 4 buys? Oh, I guess they only have
Yeah,
two
they only have
rangers and a
two.
capital.
Uh,
Yeah. If I wanted more capitals.
yeah. And are they gonna tie here? Because they could. I mean, province wait for their deck. Ah, I definitely won victory. Okay, so they buy a yeah. I mean, buying a ring like it just not like it's going to affect. Well, it does. It does allow you to get one cargo ship overall.
I mean, I think the main thing is it's an extra buy for potentially winning on your next turn.
Ah, so yeah, I think it's probably other option is capital. So I mean, maybe a second and then a second ranger paddock province, or maybe lab province. Um, okay,
Mhm.
undoing that ranger by. I mean, yeah, it does seem as your
I want to do like capital lab here.
yeah capital lab does.
And like make it so SSounder has to win this turn. So I don't think they have enough economy and buys to actually pile out.
Yeah, so double pro. I'm not sure that province. I guess it is true that you only needed four
Well, it
buys.
looks like they're taking the tie.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't.
Oh, never mind. We're
No.
not taking the tie.
So they are lowering. Yeah. I believe they have eight. I want to say so. Yeah, that ball. I mean, double profit. Not like a sounder will be able to do that.
Eating that and piling seems pretty hard. Look at all those horses.
Awesome. Yeah, now I just want. I mean, a sounder you can't quite double here because then crabcat is just gonna double. Awkward position. I guess here, yeah, you pick up the germ. I think that's the right. Um, or I'm leaning towards the other. Probably horse. Their horse or ring. I guess that ring. What doesn't. Oh yeah, Sounder's cap. Yeah, I must have missed the capital. Yeah, then I think they do have enough to. Although even triple. That just make for crabcat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think I missed S Sounder's page actually of 20. But like that's. I feel like S Sounder has already pretty much lost. I don't want to say that yet, but
Not looking good.
like in Crabcat's deck is probably Crabcat. Crabcat needs what, empty files. I mean, if you triple, I mean, if you, I guess you could triple province. But yeah, then yeah, that's on province duchy
It's
is.
all losing.
Yeah, it's always could do double province, double duchy. That
Mm.
will, but yeah, then even then, it's province
Yep, that
eight.
just loses to double province.
Yeah, that's
I don't
just
think you have an out here.
that.
You
I
have to
think
just hope they get the most omega dud ever.
yeah, that's gonna be tough. But if SM, there's only chance. Could just take five duchies, wait for your deck, but might be your best shot.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what you do here besides click resign.
Yeah, that is. I might actually resign here as someone supposed to never resigns.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm resigning here.
Although, like, if I was playing, I might play this out, but that's would you?
Hmm. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with playing stuff out.
There is, but I almost resigned.
Well, better to never resign than resign too early.
That's true. Yeah, crabcat2 definitely dead. Very unlikely. SSounder
It
is
could
really not.
happen. It's their only win condition left.
Yeah, it goes for a province. Um, yeah, crabcat is capable of triple provincing. That loses.
Yeah.
I'd, especially like province triple duchy is this such 5 duchies, which might be more cards, but it's not choke.
Hmm. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. 5 touchies.
I mean, none of this is really good for us.
Hmm. Choosing between worst options.
Uh,
Okay, province, 2 duchies, and another capital.
so we'll see what happens here. Um, I guess,
I mean, you gotta just pay off his debt. There's nothing else to do. You don't want to
yeah,
take another card. You want to have that money available to spend. Okay. Well, something's happening.
yeah. I mean, you want to just. I would have just taken 5 G's from the beginner.
Hmm. I'm still not sure that's correct.
Yeah, that it's not great, but none of this really.
Yeah.
I guess even with 5 duchies, like it doesn't. It just. Yeah, I guess it doesn't put you far enough ahead and just offers duchy as another pile.
Yeah. I mean, if you take 5 duchies, they're not going to be able to win on duchies and paddocks without taking provinces. And at that point, why aren't they just buying all the provinces?
Yeah. Um.
So it's like, okay, it's not hugely dangerous.
Okay, so they do go for another duchy. So I guess here go for like Silver seems like the best option. Um,
I wanna just save the money and pay off my debt because I really want to have a big explosive turn next turn. If I'm
yeah,
getting
save.
piled out on losing, I'm losing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, paying off the debt does seem like a reasonable option. Yeah, I kind of forgot about the debt.
Mhm. Alright, let's see what kind of turn they can put together.
Yeah, I mean, I guess crabcat here has to hope for a good draw with Mountain Village and or Archive, although I'm sure that they will get that.
Okay, they found a second ranger.
Yeah, so finding this. Yeah, so draws deck. Yeah, that, but that's that's 22. So that's, I guess, ooh, that my math is right. Crabcat 1 coin short of a,
That's frustrating.
but my math wrong, I guess. Oh, wait, I think it was wrong.
Yeah, they're good.
Oh, yep, they're all good.
Cool. Interesting board.
Yeah, so that was what that game.
That was game two.
A long match.
Cool. Oh, another tax game. Tax makes me so sad. It's like in real life. Okay, let's take a look at this board. So Overlord, still very powerful card. Silk Merchant, also quite a good card. Junk Dealer is great. Squashy is. I'm getting a decent amount of feedback from you. Hey, can you put on headphones really badly? Yeah. Okay, so we see a scrap open. Makes some sense to me. I'm pretty sure I'm opening something Overlord. Scrap Overlord seems fine. Sure. I'm more concerned with getting like Overlord playing as junk dealer, thin myself down. Scrap can clean up the estate. I'm still getting a lot of echo. Are you wearing headphones? Okay, cool. Uh, Say something. Okay, well, this sounds okay for the moment. Oh, no, now I can hear myself again. We are. Oh, man. We'll see. It's always hard to tell until you've done it for a couple minutes. But it sounds
Again.
okay.
Um,
It sounds better so far.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
figure
this is
out
just
my.
a sad board without a real village. Like you can try to be a village, but
Oh,
I'm
I
hearing
think
some
I know what some of
strange
my
sounds.
noise might be. Yeah. Um, my brother is in town and practicing his trumpet.
That's what that is. It sounds like a GLaDOS or something.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there isn't really until my external mic decides to work, there isn't really a way around that. Unfortunately. Um, and it seems like it does work now.
It's okay. We'll figure it out. Um, yeah, you get to this awkward point here where you've killed off your estates, but you don't have any village support, and you don't have like much good cards in your deck besides overlords. So I
Yeah.
guess you're playing these overlords as treasuries mostly. You could sculpt stuff, I guess, too. You can sculpt silks and stuff like that. I
Yeah,
guess
you
we still want to kill the rest of the cop.
yeah, that could work.
I'm just very much not convinced by these decks.
Yeah, same. I feel like these decks, they're just yeah, I'd want more. I mean, they do have lots of overlords, but I'd want to but I'm not sure if it's like enough.
I agree. I think they also have overlorded.
Yeah, 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 that's also yeah, I don't know why. I thought it was not enough. Probably over.
Yes, you can build up a little bit of a villager stockpile with sculptor and silk, but they evaporate really quick here. It's very hard to keep villagers.
Yeah, it
This
is.
board is like pretty sad for a Renaissance mix board. Like, it has a lot of strong cards on it and a lot of like, you know, things that look like it should make it good, but it's actually a very clunky, awkward board.
Yeah. So let's see. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
Overlord is
Nerdbound.
wine
The
merchant.
first game
Yeah.
they played. Yeah, the first game was all about Overlord as Wine Merchant. It was like a similar board, but it had villages is the key difference. And so they were able to, like, they emptied out Overlords by the end of turn 7.
Yeah. So,
I always think it's interesting in mixes when you see boards that are like variations on a theme. Although
yeah.
one time I did get Royal Carriage Bridge twice in a row in a mix. That was not as fun.
Yeah, with mixes. Yeah, that's the thing. Like all of the boards are similar. I
I
feel
think
like
this mix is pretty varied. I think it's got a good amount of variety in it. I
yeah.
just feel like they happen to roll kind of a dud board.
I guess what you could do if like mixes is like a mix where like like players take turns choosing the mix each game.
That has been proposed for a tournament before. It sounds really fun to me.
Yeah, I agree. Um might be.
I'm not sure more silks and overlords are really helping your case.
Yeah, I agree. Um so yeah, crabcat
Oh,
takes the treasure.
we got the chest. That's big.
Yeah, I
Because these
agree.
decks needed some payload.
Yeah. Having some non-terminal payload around is definitely a good thing to have. Uh, so I guess you play this last one probably as a wine merchant, I want to say.
Yeah, so now you get into these spinny situations with scrap, where you're just scrapping silvers and you're kind of just making the wheels go around.
Yeah. Yeah, scrapping silvers is kind of nice.
It's just copper over silk. Interesting. I kind of want the villager.
Yeah. Um, so yeah. Yeah, junk dealing, like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, you definitely wanted to take the silver. So yeah, I'd say you scrap. Sure.
I
Don't see a
mean,
way to.
you're using a villager to get a villager back.
Yeah, I guess that is also.
Oh, never mind. They're not even taking the villager back.
Yeah, and I guess I can definitely see something. I mean, that's the type of thing you do like mid-turn, then you can take an action from scrap.
Right, and overlords have again piled.
Yep. Yeah. Overlord piling, it happens, but just not that often, but twice in one match. That is
Yeah.
quite something. So crabcat 2, um, um, I guess what you do here, yeah, sculptor, a silk merchant, that, I guess what do you take here? Probably want to just take a silk merchant and gain the villager. Yeah, that's what they do. So yeah, scrap a silk merchant here, I'd say. Okay, so now I wanted to junk dealer a silk merchant. I mean, maybe we shouldn't be trashing all of our silk merchants, but I do like getting in the villagers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't terribly want the silk merchants. Like,
Yeah, so
they're
you
mostly
scrap
here
it
just to give
instead
me
of. I
villagers.
probably would have preferred junk dealer, but doesn't matter too much.
And junk dealers plus action, but scrap gives you more benefit from the trash.
Yeah, that's true. And scrap can give you plus action.
Hmm.
Yeah, maybe scrap is better.
Okay, so crabcat takes the first province.
Yep. So let's see. SSounder, so yeah, play. Yeah, so they're scrapping silvers again. Uh, yeah, so I kind of just want to, just take an action. Maybe just play those. Could just play those overlords as treasury. I kind of want to double province here. Maybe that is not something I want to do. I can't hear you if you're talking.
No, I'm just thinking through. I'm not
Okay.
sure. I think I'm cool with doubling, but I could see saving the coffers. In these long drawn out games, a lot of the time coffers are really valuable.
Yeah, because it depends on what you do here. Like,
I want to just play the hireling and take a province.
yeah, that does seem like something that you could do here. It is still pretty early in the game.
I'm not convinced by this whole scrapping silver thing. I think it
Yeah,
can be really good when you have an engine where you're using it to generate your only plus buy, but here it just feels like spinning without much winning involved.
yeah, I agree. I think I would have preferred to just play those as treasuries to get a bit of payload. Um, yeah, you do, but not yet. That's why I kind of liked playing those overlords as treasuries. So you could generate some money to not have to use that many coffers.
You had enough silver to province without using any coffers.
A single. Um, but this isn't bad. I guess you could just use one, have like a net zero coffers and go profitable.
That feels reasonable to me.
Yeah, so that's what they do. I like that move.
Oh no, a sounder disconnected.
Yep. Uh, they can connect. Oh, great. Yep, they connect. As crabcat, yeah, just washy. Yeah, seem really JSH should be playing in this mix given how many washies there are.
Oh yeah, and so many coffers.
Yep.
So we have scrapped almost all of the silk merchants at this point.
Yeah.
And we are now out of silks. Scraps they meant to play. Okay, they want to sculpt a scrap rather than play Overlord a scrap. Interesting.
Um, I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Oh, they're piling out scraps. Very
Yeah.
clever.
Yeah, I guess I could see. I mean,
No, they just sculpt another scrap and then they win.
not quite. They don't have enough one buy. Oh, yeah. I guess booked.
You scrap a silver and then
Yeah,
that gives
scrap
you
the
another
silver,
buy.
get a buy. Yeah. Um, let's see. Wait,
No,
booms
they.
used to be in empires?
I
That,
don't know. DZ knows some crazy shit.
yeah.
I don't understand how Donald X had so many sets done before he like it seemed like cards were constantly getting moved around between the first couple sets.
Yeah. I,
He- I
yeah,
don't
if
know.
you, like, that is, I think, I miscounter is that game 4.
That was game 3.
Yeah. I guess they have one more game.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a long set.
yeah, this match is taking a while. I'm not sure, honestly. Nerdbound, I've lost track of score. I know Crabcat is. I want to say Crabcat is.
I
It's
believe crabcat is 3-0.
yeah, that's what I think. Um,
But I have commentator syndrome and I cannot remember the match score. So I don't see anything that can activate patron.
yeah.
Um, this is
Um,
so we do have an actual village here in Hideout, although it's a weird village because it eats food.
yeah.
But we have lucky coins, so we can feed it.
Yeah, and I
Um,
want Hideout as a trasher anyway.
yeah, it's the only trashing on the board aside from like Flame's Gift.
Um,
So Hideout looks important.
also,
Um,
Blackies is one of your two sources of draw, so taking that for the villagers might actually be worth it.
so for draw, you have lackeys, livery, and gear.
Oh, yeah, and that is true. Giant and Wisp reveal patron. Um,
Nice.
wait, does Giant? Oh, oh yeah, Giant does reveal the word reveal. So yeah, Giant is an interesting one because you have to giant because you counter giants with Patron. Although then you do have to trash the Patron, but you do get a coffer.
Padrone. Um, so I'm tempted to build really big here and do like a huge merchant guild mega turn where you have a bunch of liveries in play and you get like 30 horses and 40 coffers. And I think this board supports getting really big. So that should be pretty fun. Of
Yeah,
course, there is
that
something pretty moneyish that's competitive here. You have like, gear and lucky coin and lackeys, which all push fast games. Um, so I'm not Merchant Guild in general is pretty slow to pay off. Not like
yeah
convinced it's the way here, but I would bet on the engine playing the mega turn. At least looks
yeah
like it's the most fun deck to play here.
yeah I agree.
Wow, yeah, DZ, that's the best Smithy variant ever. Like, by a lot.
Um, yeah, wait, was did I? I'd like to think that gear only costed five, but that was a playtest.
Yeah, I mean, all of these are like when the cards were in development. DZ just knows all the secret histories of like how cards evolve through stuff because I know they're super into game design. So I think they look at Dominion as a case study.
Yeah, that seems very OP.
So it looks like they've both elected to build here, which is definitely the more fun option.
Yeah.
What do we think about this hireling?
Yeah, I think I don't really like it. I mean, it's fine, but I kind of prefer other forms of draw.
Yeah, I mean, this board is a bit slow to get going. So I think there's plenty of time, and hireling seems okay on that front. But on the other hand, every hireling you buy is a not livery or merchant guild.
Yeah.
Villagers are amazing.
Yeah, they really are.
I think it's time for a second livery.
Yeah. Um,
DZ has so many cool facts about Dominion.
Yeah, like,
Infinite Depth Mountain Pass. All right, lackeys are gone. Almost every game we've seen whatever card's in the bottom left pile just disappears.
yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, whatever card that is, it goes. That is a nice observation. Yep, Fool is now effectively lower left now that lackeys are empty.
Yeah, so villager management is going to be really important for the rest of this game. They're going to have to manage, you know, you only have hideout as a village. Well, you also have Piazza, although neither player has bought it.
Yep, sure. Um,
Only 12 debt. Interesting.
oh yeah, I feel like, yeah, I agree. 12 does seem low. Yeah, I would have bid. And crabcat didn't, which I guess I think that's fair. Oh wait, never mind. It was SSounder who bought the province. So yeah, crabcat bid too low.
Or Crabcat is confident that they're going to be able to outscore this by the time they pay it off.
Ah,
Keep in mind, debt shuts down a livery deck a lot because there's a turn where you're not buying anything and you don't get fresh horses.
yeah, that is.
Also, yeah, also merchant guilds, they're not building up as many coffers.
Yep. Oh yeah, where is my other hideout? Oh yeah, I guess. Is it in their deck? Did they bottom deck it? Yeah, I think they did. Could be wrong though. I have not been paying as much attention as I would like to.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
It was in the bottom. Wow, they're just burning through those villagers there.
Yep.
Okay, so we finally have Piazza, so hopefully that can act as a village too. I think SSounder's in real trouble. They don't have many hideouts. I think they only have two. Now they have three. And they have a ton of terminals in their deck. Livery activates off Piazza. Cool. Yeah, I mean, crabcat has a lot more hideouts and is still having trouble putting all their actions down. It's weird. Merchant Guild and Livery kind of compete for terminal space when really you need both of them in play in order to make the big turns work. It's a very awkward
Yep.
board.
Yeah.
But it's at least more explosive than some of the previous ones.
Yeah.
Province hideout. Province duchy. I guess they need to start closing points. That makes sense.
Yeah. Pretty soon. So I think you're.
I think I've come around and I now think Paddock is stronger than Livery.
Yeah.
Paddock is just such a pleasant card. It activates when you need it to. Livery is so finicky to get working. I mean, it's got explosive highs, but and I mean I think Livery is more fun,
Yeah,
but
I
that's not what
agree.
I'm asking.
Livery is definitely more fun. Try to figure out how many gains you can get for cards over 4.
Hmm.
Although livery is no fun on single buy boards.
No, Livery money is pretty weak. I've tried it before. It's pretty unimpressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paddock money is also pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm sure that's even worse.
They actually go pretty even with each other in the simulator.
Oh, wow, I'd expect livery money to be slightly better.
The problem is that livery money doesn't have a forecast to buy.
Oh, yeah, more liveries.
Yeah, which doesn't work because you don't have a village because you're playing money.
Yeah, that is true.
Hmm. Should, in fact, crabcat buy 3 provinces? They can afford 3. It'd be 20. Let's see. It's 18 points. They'll put them at 24 points, 26 points. It is a very
Yeah.
strange comment apropos of nothing. Province, province, duchy.
Okay, something is up with my. Okay, there we go. Uh, okay, so I guess as let's say you. Okay, yeah, trash is the gear. Seems fine, I guess. I mean, yeah, you don't. I wonder, I think I would have preferred to play the livery there over the merchant guild. Uh, I
I'm
mean,
not
I
sure. It's
guess,
close.
yeah, I mean, I guess you probably won't be seeing your next shuffle anyway, so that bit of reliability.
Hmm.
Let's see. So, what does Crabcat need for, I
Let's
guess,
see. Province puts them at 29, so they need a province and 2 duchies.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're, in their deck might be capable. I don't know.
They're coming in with 9 coffers.
Yeah, they are. Um,
And you can feed these hideouts to each other. Well, actually, you probably want all the actions you can, so don't do that. Trash like lackeys, I guess. I like setting aside cards there with gear as if there's going to be more turns.
yeah.
trash lackeys, no trash silver, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, you trash a merchant guild? Okay. I'm guessing they counted this out and it works. Looks good. All right.
Yep.
Crabcat takes it 4-0.
Yep. All right. Yeah. So thanks for commentating with me.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, Nerdbound and Iris. And go head over to coaching now so you can learn about Gamble. And I don't know what else they're doing coaching today. Probably just Gamble.
Yeah.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep. Bye.